If you don't know what a preemptive pardon is, it's basically saying whatever you do in the future, you're pardoned for. That is corruption at its finest. Why, you guys? Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis just dropped a huge bombshell rocking President Biden's administration. You gotta check this out.
Joining me now is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Governor, been dying to talk to you tonight about this. Do you expect that, given the reaction to this pardon, that Biden would also issue a pardon to, I don't know, President Trump or any of Trump's associates proactively and preemptively?
Well, Laura, I think the American people spoke on that. Here you have Joe Biden. One, he lied to the American people again, and his whole presidency has been a blizzard of lies. But he didn't just pardon his son on specific offenses or even commute the potential sentences there. He pardoned him for everything from going back to 2014 to the present. Why? Because they wanted to be able to protect against any inquiries into the Biden family business. And we know that has been subject to scrutiny for many, many years. And so this is a guy that came into office saying his predecessor was a threat to democracy, a threat to our institutions. And what does he do?
I'll just tell you guys this right now. Like father, like son. That guy, Hunter, is a horrible person. Joe Biden, at this age, he's still a horrible person. We should have seen this coming after everything they've done. When are Democrats going to be held accountable and prosecuted for what they've done to this country? So let's keep going, guys.
He corruptly abuses the pardon power to give his son blanket immunity and, by extension, protect himself from having any inquiry. I think it's the opposite with President Trump. They manipulated the law to go after Donald Trump for political reasons. And just think about it, Laura. You've watched politics for a long time. If the electorate actually believed Donald Trump was guilty of serious federal crimes, he would not have been elected in the manner that he did. So the American people spoke, not only rejecting Biden-Harris's policies, but also rejecting the abuse of the legal process against Donald Trump. Those cases are dead. Donald Trump doesn't need a pardon. I think if Biden tried to do it, it may just be too cute by half.
Governor, Pam Bondi is, of course, the president's.
Before she digs a little bit deeper, what do you guys expect from a crime family, right? He didn't pardon Hunter because he's his son. He pardoned him because he's involved in some way. That's exactly why he did it. And American people, we're tired of being lied to. I hope no one ever forgets these last 4 years, because this is why we should never vote Democrat. This is horrible, horrible way to go out.
Nominee to be Attorney General. She was Attorney General, obviously, of the great state of Florida. How do you expect her to take on what is desperately needed, a reform of the DOJ, and obviously a nominee for the FBI, Kash Patel? But let's start with Bondi.
Well, I think the mission there is to understand that this is an institution that's run amok. And you got to go in there, and I think Pam will. Don't try to be liked by the bureaucrats. Expect to be attacked relentlessly by the corporate press. And know that when that happens, that's a badge of honor. That means you're doing the right thing. The bureaucrats are not going to like you. They're going to try to stifle. So you got to go in with that mindset, understanding we need major reform. And then I think you also have to go in understanding the levers of power that are available to you, because they will try to frustrate. Main justice has, of course, become a cesspool. You also have little outposts that think they're immune from accountability, like the Southern District in New York. So have a plan to be able to go bring accountability to that and restore the rule of law. There's a lot that needs to be done. I was, back in the day, a special assistant U.S. attorney 20-some years ago. It was an institution then I think we thought of a lot differently than now. So just understand, this isn't your father's DOJ. This is an institution run amok. You are going to ruffle feathers. People are going to be upset when you do the right thing, but take that as positive feedback.
Now look at what they did to you during COVID. Look at what they did to you from the beginning, and you just kept going on hurricane relief and all the rest. Now, Governor, the FBI itself has also been a cesspool of corruption. Not to say there are not some good people in the FBI, there obviously are. But what do you say to the senators on Capitol Hill that are already quietly vowing to put up roadblocks to the president's choice to be FBI director, Kash Patel? What do you say to them, given the outcome of this election?
So, one, I think you do owe the president a great deal of deference on his picks. Kash Patel understands the problems with the FBI, and he is a reformer that will not be captured by the bureaucrats. Contrast that to our current FBI director, Christopher Wray. We remember when he got appointed back in 2017, he immediately became a company man and was captured by that institution. He has not reformed it in any way, shape, or form. And so I actually think Kash has a lot of very significant experience that's important here. But put that aside, you can be the smartest guy in the world, you can have all this experience. If you don't understand that the institution needs to be reformed, if you get captured, then you're done. You're not going to be effective. And so I think Donald Trump in this pick and others, he's making sure he's getting people who have the proper posture to these institutions.
And that's what a lot of people need to understand. Donald Trump is picking not only people that he know and the people that he may like, but the best person for the job every time. Tulsi Gabbard's on his team. RFK Jr. is on his team. Elon Musk on his team. How many more do you need to see to know this is going to be a good next 4 years?
Why not? Got away with something else in his life, right?
There is screen left right there. Meanwhile, his father is reportedly considering, get this, preemptive pardons before President-elect Trump takes the office for a bunch of different people who might be in trouble during
This is
Trump's
insane.
ludicrous.
Listen to this.
Lucas Tomlinson's at the White House with the latest. Hey, Lucas.
Good morning, Ainsley. Where do you go when you receive a presidential pardon? Well, Arby's, of course. We just have this new video into Fox showing Hunter Biden, as you mentioned, smiling after receiving that presidential pardon from his father, which wasn't just for the tax and gun charge, but of course the 11-year period he's off. And there you can see, smiling after leaving the Arby's in Santa Barbara. And as we mentioned yesterday, we talked about Hunter. This is one day after Hunter's former landlord said Hunter had stiffed him for $300,000 in rent money after Hunter spent some time in that $4.25 million mansion. Now, yesterday, back to the pardon on Capitol Hill, still arguably.
This devious, nasty guy. What do you think he was doing in that mansion? Not paying rent. You've seen the millions and millions of videos all over the web of the type of stuff we already seen him do. What do you think he was doing in that house, guys? Let's keep going. This is sick. Cause I want to show you guys something special in this video. Matter of fact, I'll just skip to it. It's about these. Yeah, here it is, right here.
That includes
Preemptive pardons.
former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, Senator Biden White House is discussing preemptive pardons for those in Trump's crosshairs. And according to Politico, President Biden's top aides are reportedly weighing the idea of issuing preemptive pardons to current and former government officials ahead of President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration next month. That includes former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, Senator-elect Adam Schiff.
If you don't know what a preemptive pardon is, it's basically saying whatever you do in the future, you're pardoned for. That is corruption at its finest. Let's keep going, guys.
And Dr. Anthony Fauci. Fauci has been accused by Republicans and watchdog groups of lying to Congress about the origins of the COVID-19 virus and his use of private email account to do government business. Now, President-elect Trump has said that he does not seek retribution. In fact, he told our own Sean Hannity that back in June. Now, the next time we'll see President Biden fresh off his trip from Angola will be tonight on the Ellipse, where he will be lighting the White House Christmas tree. And I checked the Fox News weather app. The temperature is supposed to be 34 degrees, so a little chilly here in the nation's capital, guys.
Indeed. And
He does it all.
Lucas, you're a historian of presidential stuff. In the history of the president and giving out pardons and clemency and stuff like that, has he ever issued, any president, ever issued a pardon or clemency for crimes that have not been either committed or proven, or even to people who weren't charged, aside from Richard?
Just ask yourself that question, guys. That's why I wanted to save this and attach this video in there. I really wanted you guys to ask yourself that question because that just sounds like corruption. That's like, I know you're gonna commit a crime. I know something's gonna come up in the future, so I want to pardon you for it now. And that doctor millions of people. I'm telling you guys, let me know what you think about this video. Don't forget to subscribe.